Hey, this is DM Allen. Thanks for joining us once again for another week of awesomeness. Let's just get it started.
Last time on Roll with Advantage.
I have grave news. It seems you have upset the wrong dragons. There's 4 dragons heading towards Everland.
I think what you see is 600 troops preparing themselves in these trenches. Not really sure what they're going to meet in battle. And then he breathes fire all over Jeff.
Yeah!
That's a dead dragon soon.
Minette, from your position up in the air, you can see Epido fly out from the center of town, and he's now latched on to Eisenkrieg and has like wrapped his wings around him.
Who is Eisenkrieg?
The white dragon.
He is the male dragon?
Yes.
For Hoarfrost?
Yeah. It has grappled, Epido has grappled Eisenkrieg. So, Bon, we come to you during the Exodus, and you have just gotten the last few people out of town that you think, or at least you think you've just gotten the last few people out of town.
Right.
And you're standing there at the teleportation sigil that is in the middle of Bell Market. And you feel a tug on your shirt, like right next to your hip. And when you look down, you see the Viper, and he's standing there. And he says, "Hey, kid, I've got some work for you if you're interested."
No.
Are you sure? Let me explain. So, the Zentarum, with how upstanding of a crew we are, we have, let's call it, ease of use access tunnels just outside of the city. And it just so happens that where Kyo's setting up all of the trenches is right in the middle of our network of tunnels. He's collapsed a few. It's kind of annoying, but we'll recoup. So, I have a few Zentarum that are staying behind for the assault. And we plan on hiding in these, let's call them smuggling dens. And I'm wondering, are you interested in helping?
Helping defend the city?
Yes.
Yep.
Now, I will let you know, you will have to wait. People will die before you get to help. Because we will only strike when the time is right.
So, why can't we just strike right away?
Well, let me explain something. So, people gotta die in order for situations to become the right situations. And those situations are when the enemy has felt they've won, has overcome the trenches. Because they will. Those trenches are awful. Kyo's got no sense of tactics.
Rude. Oh, no.
And we're going to strike when we surround them. We're going to break them. No, we're planning on that. They're going to come in, and once they've hit, let's call it a kill box, we will open up as vipers in the grass and strike.
Let me ask, why would you approach me with this? Why not just do it?
Well, let's be
Because it
frank.
conveniently explains why you weren't here last week.
Yeah, MacGuffin.
Why you gotta
That's
be
why.
such a dick, Adam?
He says,
You know, that makes all those fireballs I threw just wasted because that just slowed them from getting into the kill box.
So
Kyo
the
does have
Viper,
no sense
2020.
of-
the Viper, he says, he goes, quite frankly, I'm impressed with you. And I know you don't have the Zentarum way of life in your heart, but I think you have, let's say, the capacity for it.
Off character.
Yep.
The Zentarum are like.
They're my homies.
I know they're your homies.
They think of Blackwater, like they are money mongerers. They will do anything they can in order to elevate their status monetarily, and a lot of their bad rap is because of their pursuit for more funding.
We're known as the Black Network.
Yes.
We dabble in slavery, thievery.
Yep.
All those fun things.
Human trafficking.
Smugglers and thieves
selling
and such.
armies
of orcs to merchant kingdoms to defend them.
Right. And vice versa, paying orcs to attack kingdoms so that the Zentarum can come in and defend them.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, yeah.
And they originate from Zental Keep here in the Moonsea.
I say, well, Viper, I'm not a fan of your techniques, and your rap is pretty not good.
Why, thank you. And he just takes a deep bow, like his forehead touches the ground, how deep the bow is.
Fortunately for today, I've found that working with less than lawful individuals can sometimes aid the greater good. So I'll work with you today, but in the future, I don't know if we can have a working relationship.
Yes. Kid, you will not be disappointed. And follow me. Fast forwarding to the battle. From these hidden holes in the ground, Bon, you see the battle raging on in front of you. You saw the extremely tactful use of the soldiers and how they're split into modules. And something whispers to you into your ear. Something that does not have a material form. And it's not necessarily words, but more expressive feelings. You have a sense of familiarity of these battle tactics. You have a kind of this lust for the battle, and your blood is pumping. You feel like this is where you need to be. From how you've played Bon and how you've described him, I've always gotten the feeling like Bon hasn't really had the feeling of home since he left home. And I think at this point, you feel like this is right. This is where you need to be. I don't know if that scares you or not. But so that's up to you. But you see 3 dragonborns. And one of the dragonborns turns into a black dragon and is breathing on your friend Kinian. The dragon is felled. You see the red dragon on the right. He pops into a dragon form as well, and he's fighting with Tin and with another storm giant, and he kills the storm giant. The trenches are now like becoming full. It is you're hearing screams of death as good people are being trounced on by these very experienced soldiers, and you feel another tug at your coat. The Viper is like, "Are you ready, kid?" And he's got the jagged javelin of lightning.
I just breathe in and poof, go angelic.
Holy shit! I don't think you've done this in front of the Viper.
I don't think so.
And he says, I thought you were different. And he like cracks his neck. Bon, You are coming in right after the allies.
Okay.
Is how I'm gonna run it. So just a heads up, Joe, Orca Team 6 acts on your turn. So
Oh, I got the whole team?
you can order the whole team. I will be playing the rest of the people. So as a quick descriptor and a reminder, the team of Orca Team 6 spread out along the front lines. Basilisk, the leader of Orca Team 6, was with Kinian. You also know that your sharpshooter Squid Eye is launching giant-sized harpoon bolts from the nearby woods.
We usually can't afford guest stars, so
Ain't that the truth?
You're really blowing our budget here.
Yeah. I can't pay you
I don't know why.
this week.
What? No money.
And I brought gifts.
Checks in the mail.
Staravesh took it all.
God damn it.
Hookers and below.
So right.
It is canon for him.
So anyways, Bon, you are in the hidden areas, and the Viper pushes up the piece of sod that you've been like peeping through the whole time during the battle. All right, kid, are you ready? And he pulls up the javelin of lightning, and he points it down one of the trenches, and releases it on the last guy in the trench. And you hear this crack of thunder as the lightning burns, and you smell the ozone as it moves through the air, and it burns a hole through everyone down this trench, including good soldiers. It's your turn to act.
I look at the Viper and I go, dude, you probably should have done that in a bit more of a not hitting friendly forces way.
Yeah, he looks back at you with like this murderous like look in his eyes, and he says, "Nah."
And I'm gone. I don't wait around
Okay.
for him, but
Okay, you just zoom off on your wings.
yep.
Get my spear back.
Pick it up yourself later.
I think he chases you out the hole.
I will
Yep.
hit the ring and be
Okay.
Kinian, the Viper did have your spear. He threw it.
Son of a.
You go out of this hole, and you see the battlefield just kind of from a little bit higher vantage point. And Minette sees this too. Out of these hidden holes dotted along the battlefield, there's 4 holes on each side, and they all pop up, and there's a large amount of people like streaming out of these holes, and they're converging on the trenches. A lot of them are wearing like these like really deep black and green like cloaks and armor and things like that. Bond, did you have any ranged things that you can do? Otherwise, we'll move.
Not that I'm going to take advantage of.
All right, Keo, it is your turn.
can I place a fireball to hit the enemy forces without hitting the new friendly forces?
No, mainly because the enemy forces has completely converged with the friendly forces now. There are a couple of like security details that are surrounding the dragons, but that's it.
And how close am I to being overrun at this point?
Very close. You look down one of your, you look to the left and right down your lane, and there are enemy forces working their way down through your guard detail.
Okay, so I give a command for a controlled retreat. Fall back slowly to the wall. Bring them in closer, and then I misty step back to the next tier of trenches, and I let off a twinned firebolt at whatever targets of opportunity, and it's probably just going to be 2 mooks. Are these mooks next to allies?
Yes.
Okay, so I shoot at a 25 and a 19.
They both hit. When you scramble through the trenches to get to the next line, behind you, you see that there was enemy forces actually in these trenches. They have wrapped around where you were, and they were working their way in.
Trying
and
a
you see,
pincer maneuver.
yeah, you see that most of them are dead, along with the allies, with a big burning hole in their chests. And you see this gnome. You see the Viper starting to like step over these bodies and climb over these bodies, and you follow his gaze where he's looking, and you see Kinion's javelin of lightning.
And how far is it away from me?
40 feet.
So Mook number 1 takes 18 damage, and Mook number 2 takes 15.
Nice. Yeah. They both drop dead as their heads are burning.
Mhm. Pew pew.
Kenyon's a little hazy of what might have happened in the last battle. I may have been in a form of
A rage.
raging bloodlust or drunk lust.
Yeah.
And I seem to recall being hasted.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's why I was asking rounds. I'm
Yep.
continuing to concentrate on haste.
So the black dragon has fallen.
Yep.
My ancestors are around me.
Yep.
I assume he died right after I summoned them, correct?
Yeah.
They have not had a chance to attack anything.
No. They've actually, if anything, they've been keeping back the security detail that was surrounding the dragon.
Sure. So, how far is the closest red dragon?
Distance-wise, it's gonna be somewhere around like 60 to 80 feet.
I've got 80 movement right now.
All right.
Is it a dragonborn or dragon?
Depends on which one you're going for. There is a dragon and then a dragonborn.
I would like to go for the dragonborn.
Okay.
And for the audience there, I am the size of a storm giant currently, raging with flames coming off of my head. I'm going to bound very menacingly toward him, the small dragonborn, and I'm going to attempt to grapple him. That's a 28.
You have grappled this dragon, this dragonborn. So this giant half-orc with flaming hair, or body actually, runs up and just scoops this dragonborn up off the ground in the middle of him fighting with one of Orca Team 6. And he looks at you and growls.
I, in the grapple, hold his head down toward the ground,
Okay.
and I'm going to, unarmed, strike him in the back of the head one time with my fist.
Okay. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Exactly. Recklessly, of course, because that's what I do.
Punic God.
22 to hit.
That hits.
And is it D4 for unarmed?
No, it's 1 plus strength modifier.
Times 3,
Unless you're a monk, I think.
because I'm giant size.
Yeah.
10 points of damage. And I look back to Basilisk, who's 80 feet away. I wink, and I blow the conch.
Basilisk, you know about this. Each member of your team actually has one of these. They are a large conch shell that you can blow into, and it will instantly teleport you back to your home stronghold, Maelstrom. And you've heard stories of this goddamn orc that keeps leaving dead dragons in the doorways at the teleportation, and you're starting to connect the dots, and you're starting to think, holy shit, this might be the guy.
Excellent. I've always wanted to know who's leaving the dragon.
Yes.
He's graduated to leaving live dragons.
All right. So,
All the fresher.
so Kinian, you've teleported away with the red twin. I am going to take you out of the initiative order for a
Yep.
while, and then we'll get back to what you're doing.
I took care of one of the dragons, guys. But you can't hear me, because I'm gone.
Would that stop Kinian from trying to tell people?
Oh yeah, I'm probably talking nonstop.
Eisenkrieg, the white dragon that is fighting with Epido, the golden dragon, seems to be beating him pretty handily for some reason.
I'm like, that's my dad.
Yeah.
He's the best.
And then you see
He's gonna
like,
kick Eisenkrieg's butt.
yeah, and then you see that Eisenkrieg is whooping his ass.
He's just making it more dramatic.
Yeah. You see, Minette. You see that the fight starts making its way towards the battle. Eisenkrieg is like throwing Epido in the air, and like, you know, they're doing a whole aerial fight, and it's moving towards the battle.
This is not helping my frightened state from Eisenkrieg.
No, it's not. It is your turn, Minette.
Cool.
As a reminder, you're flying around on a broom.
Yep. Did I take the invisibility potion?
You did.
I think I did.
Don't you have a ring of invisibility now?
I do, but it's
Regular
not,
invisibility.
Yes,
It's that, and I'm not attuned to it at the moment because I
Gotcha.
have too many men.
Aww.
All right, I'm gonna shoot the red dragon.
Okay.
I need some d6s.
A crit roll.
50 damage.
50 damage?
50 damage.
Holy shit. Okay. So 50 damage on the other red dragon.
Critical sneak attack from the
Yeah.
thunder cannon flying gnome.
That's awesome. So a crack rings out. That's barely audible over the battle noise, and you see like a large portion of the back of this red dragon's neck just kind of blows away. Like 6 scales come off, and you see an open wound there.
I reload.
All right. Hey, sorry to interrupt all the awesome action. This is DM Allen. I just want to quick say a big thank you to Incompetech. Incompetech.com has been absolutely fantastic. We use a lot of their music and sound effects and stuff like that. You should go check them out. Here's a quick sample. Like I said, they're really, really awesome. We really enjoy their work. Go check them out. That's Incompetech.com, and you can find all their information in our credits. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's just get right back to the action. It is Tin's turn. Tin, as a reminder, you do have the half damage from breath weapon. The last damage you took was a breath weapon, so...
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, good. So it is your turn.
So I'm assuming it's the full dragon that's in front of me,
Yes.
and that's pretty much it in terms of like the big threats.
Yes.
Is he or she within 60 feet of me?
Uh,
Can I get within 60 feet
yes.
of it?
Last you did was you tried to do like a run. I think it was almost like a drive-by contagion, where you like
Yeah.
ran up and tried to slap it. And I think at this point it attacks at you, using one of its
Wait.
one of its legendary
it's-
actions.
Oh, so it's attacking during my turn. Okay.
They can do it 3
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. 18 points of damage. So you run by and you try to slap it and you miss, and it's snaked around and tried to hit you with its tail. What do you do?
Oh, so I'm still like in close proximity
Yeah.
with it?
Yeah.
Well, what the hell? I'll try contagion one more time, and then I'll back away. So melee spell attack. 19.
That meets.
So I mean I get to do it?
Yes, meet or
Yes.
exceed. So the tail comes at you, and almost expecting it as the tail hits you. You call on your divine power, and you like handedly just you grab on, and when you do, like you feel like this power move through your forearm and into the tail, and the tail starts to like blacken and then like turn sickly green.
So I am going to use the Slimy Doom Contagion. It's actually
Because
called.
why would you use any other contagion?
So the dragon starts to bleed uncontrollably, has disadvantage on Constitution checks and Constitution saving throws, and whenever it takes damage, it's stunned until the end of its next turn.
Okay. So it's disadvantage on Constitution saving throws, and
I'm going to use my bonus action for my prayer beads and cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Good call.
wise.
So that's 7 plus my
rank 2.
modifier.
You roll another d8 because it's rank 2.
Oh yeah, I have that note there. Thanks for reminding me.
We got Ben and Dan, which are very good rules lawyers.
And then if I have a tiny bit of, well, yeah, no, because I didn't
Yeah,
move
you have
away.
movement.
So yeah, I'll move away.
You are going
then I'd
to
have
get
advantage.
hit by the claw. The claw. The claw.
The slimy claw.
The slimy, nasty,
You're probably gonna get blood on you.
dirty claw.
That's all right.
Uh-oh.
I'm not afraid of no blood.
18
AC or damage?
damage.
Okay, and that's a claw, so that's the...
Yep. Yeah. I've got a plus 14 on attack, so
Bush. So roll ones, damn it.
yeah. yeah.
Or twos.
Or twos.
Yeah, ones
s-
or twos.
One's an
Twos.
auto miss.
So,
Doesn't matter
and
what your
and
modifier
2 is 16, which matches my AC and would hit anyway, so roll ones.
yeah. The army is now taking up defensive positions against the Zentarum that are coming towards the trenches. Kyo, you're getting the sense that you might be kind of caught in a pickle here. You're feeling almost like you're mostly surrounded by bad guys. The last line, the furthest back line, with most of the ballistas, those all are good guys. So that's where you're trying to get to at this point. You see behind the Viper, you see, first you see his eyes go wide and he goes prone. And then you see people turn the corner down these trenches, leveling crossbows at you.
At me?
Yes. Does a 12 hit?
No.
A 20 is going to hit, a modified 20.
Wait.
Okay.
I
Sorry.
can shield.
Okay, go ahead.
I will shield.
I forget that you have shield, so that's a +5.
Yeah, so that
Okay.
brings me up to 22.
Okay.
It's still the staff, correct?
Yeah.
Pulse.
Yeah.
That's gonna miss.
I've used 2 of them.
And a nat 1. So here's what happens: 2 people turn the corner in front of you, and they level their crossbolts.
And the bolts ricochet up into the sky.
They release, and one of the bolts grazes past you, and you actually hear like a death cry from behind you, and a bolt like hits your magical armor going up into the air. You think that maybe the guy in front of you just missed so bad he shot the guy, his buddy. And then another miss, and then...
Well, they're used to aiming higher.
Yes. Another miss, and then one strikes you right in the chest.
2 feet tall. Ooh, even with the shield.
Yes.
Ow, not in the chest.
10 points of damage.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I have sorcerer hit points.
Yeah. The battle rages on. It is the Red Twins' turn. So this red dragon in front of you is now thrashing about. He
And bleeding uncontrollably.
and bleeding uncontrollably. So like he's trying to roar, but as he does this, like coagulant blood like starts to drip from its mouth, and it like inhales coughing. You see like the red glow from its throat, and everything clears for a second. I need you to make a dex saving throw. And a member of Orca Team 6 is going to make one too. I also need you to do a Frightful Presence.
So I'm assuming my warding flare wouldn't work for this attack.
No, it's a save.
Okay, so I have a 17 dex save.
Okay, you fail.
Okay, and then what's the modifier for the fear one?
Wisdom. Yes.
Modified 20.
You succeed.
Woohoo!
Hashtag pray for Tin.
She halves it.
She's got half damage.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Still, I'm not that
It's
great
just an
at all.
adult, right? Average 70 damage.
So I was saying we should have had some some healing words put into my Ring of Spell Soaring.
It's still 18d6, so
Oh.
so 65 damage is what you
That's not so
take,
bad.
and then you have it.
Are you sure it's not like 60 damage?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But you made him bleed, so MVP.
Well, no, because I
Yeah.
have 31 hit points. So
You're down and out.
There's
Okay.
contagion.
But you're not dead.
No,
dead.
it's
You're
not
not dead,
concentration.
It's not
Nope.
concentration.
It lasts 7 days.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's the debuff from hell.
It lasts minimum 3 rounds.
Yeah. It's gonna sip a
Because it tries to make a save.
It has to make 3 successful saves or 3 failed saves, and whichever one it gets to first
Yep.
is the condition. So it has to make 3 successful saves before it
It
stops.
it does save.
Okay.
Using one of its legendary resistances.
Well, if I get stabilized, I'm
It
gonna
won't
whoop
last
it.
through
I'm gonna whoop it pretty
3
All
hard.
right.
rounds anyhow.
All right.
my
All
next
right.
attack.
If it's stunned, does it get to make a save?
Yes.
Yes. Basilisk.
Lame.
Okay, so you said I was next to Kinian, near the center of the battlefield, right?
Next to where he
Yeah.
was.
Where he was.
He wasn't stuck. Never mind.
Okay.
So how far away am I from the red dragon?
You are 80 feet, because he was 80 feet and he was in the middle.
He's 80 feet?
Yeah.
Sweet. So all I do, nice simple, I calmly walk forward and I throw up hand signs and tell Squid Eye in the back to focus fire on the red dragon.
Okay.
Nice.
That's a badass. Like you're walking through security detail, like crunching them under your feet, and you're just throwing like 3 fingers, 2 fingers, a fist. So you're throwing the hand signals, right? And you feel this like whoosh of wind as this giant-sized harpoon bolt comes right over your shoulder, arcs right into the dragon.
It has advantage.
Okay, we'll see if it crits. It's a 19, so I mean,
Almost.
it wasn't a crit, but that was pretty cool. Okay, continue.
Okay, as I reach the end of my 50 feet, I reach down and grab myself a chunk of the battlement, rip it out the ground, and toss it at the dragons. I'm assuming it's still focused on her.
Okay, so you're trying to grab for a boulder?
Yeah, I grab for a
Okay,
boulder.
so I want you to roll me a d20 and just see if you grab anything.
Successfully get
Yeah.
something worth throwing.
Oh no, it's kill.
I grab
Nice.
really a bomb.
Yeah. So
Grabs like a mini mountain.
Yeah. So what happens is like you're calmly walking forward, you're throwing the hand signals, and with your opposite hand you dig down into the dirt and you grab onto like the perfect size boulder and you just rip it from the ground, and you're locking eyes with this dragon, and you can see like blood's dripping from its eyes, and it looks gross. It looks nasty. I mean, it's worse than what Jeff got when he slept with that one storm giant that one time.
Or you mean Hill Giant that one time?
Yeah, that one hill giant that one time, yeah.
All right, and then I just go ahead and I whip it at it.
Okay.
At advantage.
Ooh, add advantages?
Mhm.
Excellent. You know, I want to use these ones, though.
The other one got you a 20.
It did, but I have a
It
feeling.
needs to recharge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm liking the purple-green combo. Looks nice.
You're still gonna hit.
21.
21 hits.
All right.
Were those both 7s?
Yes, they were both 7s. Yes, I'm playing craps tonight.
Oh, 21's still awesome.
36.
36 damage?
36 bludgeoning.
Yeah, dude. All right. I'm going to give you inspiration for just like the visualization that you gave. So mark it somewhere on your paper. the rest of Orca Team 6 is just bashing away at this like elite security detail, which has like started to converge on where the red dragon was and where the black dragon was, and they're going to town on these guys. It is Bond's turn.
I'm gonna head towards Keo.
Okay.
How far away is he?
For you, because you've got how much fly speed?
I can go at 55.
You can hit him if all you do is double move.
Hit him?
Like get to him. Get to him.
I'm gonna spend a key to dash then.
Nice. Okay.
And then I'm gonna start beating the shit out of guys by him.
Okay. So like you dash in and you fall. Do you want to be in front of them or behind them? Like next to Keo or like behind the guys you're attacking?
Next to Keo.
Okay, so you fly in and you land right between Keo and these enemy troops, and you just start pummeling them. What do you do?
Superhero landing?
Yeah.
It's hard on the knees.
Yeah.
And I hit the ground and like a puff of light goes out and I'm like, wrong city, motherfuckers.
Shit.
Bond's going hard.
Yeah.
Hey, he said my heart was pumping.
Yeah. What do you got?
Oh, that's shit. Okay. 12 and 16.
Okay, so I think you're like, wrong city, motherfuckers, and you run up and like you whiff with the first jab, and like the guy just kind of ducks out of the way, and then you come up with an uppercut and you just crack him right in the jaw.
These are humanoid, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, 14 damage with the staff.
Okay. Yeah, he just crumples.
Oh. Well, I mean, if that hadn't have killed him, it actually was 14 plus 12.
Okay.
But
holy shit. Yeah. Yeah,
Forgot
he
radiant.
super crumples. Okay. Oh wait, you used a key to dash.
so
okay.
that's all.
All right. It is now Keo's turn.
So Bon is adjacent to me now, which
Yep.
is good. How many enemies are adjacent to me?
Adjacent to you?
Yeah.
None.
None anymore? Okay, good.
They were ranged. So you can see them, but they're not adjacent, like within melee range.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, as a bonus action, sacrifice a second level spell slot to get 2 sorcery points.
Okay.
Then, if they're both alive, those 2 that shot at me, I'm going to twin firebolts and shoot back at them.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
so there's 3 guys around you, because Bond just took care of one of the 4. So, you twin a firebolt, 1 to each side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I warn them to, I say, I'm Glassstaff now.
Okay, so Keo, this little kobold, looks both ways and says, "I am Glassstaff now," and finger guns at him.
So I have my
okay.
my Glassstaffs in one hand, and
Okay.
it begins to glow with the fury of
Nice.
orcs that used to carry it, and I look at the one. And I point my finger at the other, and
Okay.
I say, I'm Glassstaff now. And a firebolt shoots out my mouth and shoots out my finger.
Nice.
And the one out my mouth goes at a 17.
Okay.
And the one out my finger, since I'm not looking at it, goes at a 10.
So the one out of your
Sorry,
mouth.
19 and 10.
A 19 and 10? Yeah, the
Yeah.
one out of your mouth hits.
It hits?
Yep.
So that's 3d10 plus 3. Ooh. 19 damage.
Okay. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. He hasn't picked up the javelin, has he?
No. No.
I'm going to move 30 feet towards the javelin.
Okay. Okay, so you're really close to the enemies now.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
So-
okay.
Yeah.
I have to, it's important. It's a magical item. It needs to be in safe hands.
Kinian. Oh wait, you're out of initiative. Sorry.
My ancestors are still chilling
Yes.
around.
Yeah. Do that.
They're looking around, scratching their heads.
I imagine I can roll for stuff if you'd like me to, or else you can spin me a tale of what's happening back in the canyon.
Oh yeah, sure. So I think at this point, like a flash to Kinion's hometown is this is a good point for it. His brother is walking through the Valley of Kings. He realizes that of the statues that are there, 4 are missing. So back at the battle, go ahead and do your rolls for attacks, and that'll probably dictate like how this frontline security guard works out.
Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
All right. Then I've got 3 hits and a crit.
Okay. So don't worry about rolling damage. So your ancestors are just kind of moving through these enemies, a lot like the ghosts from Lord of the Rings, right? They're taking down this security force, opening a large gap in where the black dragon's body is. It is now Eisenkrieg. Eisenkrieg is still in a tangle. At this point, they being Eisenkrieg and Epido, are now up to Minette. Not necessarily next to, but they're the same distance from the battle as you.
Okay.
It is Minette's turn. Go ahead.
Red Dragon's still standing. Still looking real gross.
Yeah.
He needs to be hit again.
Yeah.
Does a 13 hit?
No.
You should have mended.
Yeah.
Did that before the battle. Should be fine.
It doesn't cross sessions.
It got knocked loose. You've been firing a lot of shots.
Did you
I fly further
Okay.
away. And reload.
away? Okay. Away towards the battle or away towards
from
the city?
Eisenkrieg because I can't go closer to him. I'm still frightened of him.
Right. But you can go forward or backwards.
I'd head closer to the battle.
Okay. Sounds good.
And had we discussed whether or not the fear save was even something feasible?
I believe you can save each round.
Yeah, but I can top out at 20 if I can't beat his
Oh,
DC.
I got you.
You
straight
probably
20.
can't beat it.
Yeah, you guys can.
Really?
Yeah, even ancient.
Oh, a white, you can.
Yeah, ancient white. You're fine.
I got a 12.
No. 10. Death save,
I
please.
see a bunch of blackness.
Yes.
19. I don't do any modifiers.
Nice.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Depends on the class, but you do not.
No.
Right? Okay.
Okay.
That is a
So-
success.
1 success. Next is the army. Bon, around you, or down one of these trenches comes a detail of soldiers. They're wielding pikes and swords, and they are standing at a distance, trying to stab at you with their pikes.
Jerks.
Let's see. I've got a 15 and a 13.
Nope.
Okay, cool. They are keeping you at bay for now. The red snarls, seeing that the storm giants are now becoming the threat.
He's incapacitated and can't take any actions.
Oh, that's
Yep.
right. Okay, so he can save though, right? Yes, I assume.
He should be able to do his save, but he can't do anything else.
Okay, he uses another legendary resistance. It is now Basilisk, your turn. This red dragon looks to be stunned.
Looks to be stunned. Okay, what's the size on 10?
10 is medium.
10 is a medium?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming because I'm a member of Orca Team 6 that I'm wearing a decent kind of kit, yeah?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
a healer's kit?
No, like kit, like, gear, pouches,
Oh, yes.
bags.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Yes.
would be the appropriate size for me being a storm giant.
Yes.
Okay. Since the dragon is stunned, I move forward again. At this time, I tell my fellow Orca Team 6 members to start to try to herd, using my little fancy earpiece, whatnot.
Yeah.
Tell them to try to herd the defenders or the attackers that they're fighting.
Uh-huh.
And I move forward and I go to pick up Tin and put her into my kit until she can be healed.
Okay.
The red dragon's stunned effect ends at the end of his turn.
Okay.
So he just had his turn and is no longer stunned.
Oh, he's no longer stunned?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And so
You
we
need
hit it again.
You need Squid Eye to hit him again, and then maybe
Right.
he'd be...
Well, that probably
Is that
gonna
what
be
you order?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you
Order
order
up another harpoon.
another harpoon coming in.
What's your dex mod?
My dex mod is 2.
What's your attack modifier?
Tech modifier is 14.
Okay, and then you have
Your sniper guy's probably going to be something similar.
Yeah,
but-
he hits. Yeah. So he hits him with a harpoon, and it sticks right in where the last harpoon is. Really tight grouping, and
Splits it in half.
yeah, yeah, and you touch your finger to your ear, which activates the golden earring that is on each one of Orca Team 6. And you activate it, ordering them to herd them?
Yes, I order them to start trying to herd the enemies as much as they can, get them into, like, groups, try to contain them.
Okay, sounds good. And then you pick up Tin and put her in your satchel.
In one of my little kit bags,
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, and that is your turn. It's Bond's turn. Yes.
So how many guys ran up to me?
There's a lot. There's 2 holding you at bay with pikes. Imagine like you're in a very large scale battle. So like the number of people doesn't matter. It's more the people in front of you that matters. So
Okay.
currently you have 2 enemies, but there's many people behind them.
The fog of
Okay.
battle.
So I'm
Yes.
gonna describe what I want to do,
Okay.
and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna duck past the first pike, smack the guy in the head with the staff.
Okay.
And I'm gonna swing it to his buddy, hit him,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna elbow the first guy and punch the second guy.
Holy shit. Okay. So what I want is a dex check to like an acrobatics or athletics, whatever is best for you.
12.
12. Okay. So what happens is you dodge through these pikes, but as you do, you scrape against one of the blades, not dodging as well as you would have hoped. You take 4 points of slashing damage, or piercing damage, and but you get within combat range, and you do all the things you just said.
Okay. So staffs are a miss, and 18.
Yes.
So we'll do that real quick. 24 total damage.
Oh yeah. You crumple this guy.
And then I'm gonna punch and punch. The first punch is 10, and the second one's 26.
To hit, the 26 hits.
And that's 10 damage.
Okay. It is Kyo's turn.
So with 60 feet of movement, would I be able to get by the red dragon?
Red dragon.
The dragon.
The one that's bleeding.
It's stunned.
No, you're nowhere near it.
What about with 90 feet of movement?
You could get close to it. Are you trying to run to it?
So here's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to continue the 10 feet to get to the javelin.
Yep.
Item interaction, pick that up.
Okay.
Then continue until I get adjacent to enemies.
Okay.
Then Misty Step 30 feet past them and continue to run towards the dragon.
Holy shit. Okay. Okay. I'm going to give you inspiration for this because I like it. And I'm a fan of Nightcrawler. So here's what happens. So I think at this point you and the Viper are almost neck and neck running for the spear, and I need you to give me a athletics or probably athletics for you.
All right. Funny thing is, I'm not trained in athletics, but I have a +4. 20.
20. So you're hopping over these dead bodies and like almost like doing the whole like hutch thing where like you plant your hand and like hip slide across one of the bodies,
Okay.
and you land, grab the javelin, and you look back and see the viper, and you turn into mist. You land 30 feet away, and you start running towards the red dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Well done. I like
Hopefully
that.
he's still stunned when I get next to him.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to pull out an old move, which may get me killed.
Could join the party.
Please don't hurt me, Mr. Dragon.
Yes.
No.
I figure if there's a whole army, giving them advantage is more.
Yeah. So Eisenkrieg throws Epido down towards the ground, and Epido crashes into one half of the trenches and shatters like the ballistas that are there, and Eisenkrieg like
Luckily,
lands on top.
Luckily, that one guy was hasted on the ballistas and can get away.
Yeah. What was his name? Dale? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Dale.
Yeah, it was Dale.
So lands on top of Epido and like looks around and starts breathing frost everywhere along the trenches that he's in. It is now Minette's turn.
And shoot the red dragon.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Is that another crit?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's why I made the.
Yeah.
I saw the such wow.
50 damage.
50 damage? All right. Consistent.
Even with 3 ones,
Jesus.
still managed to get 50 damage. I guess
Dang.
that's what happens when you roll 14d6.
Even though there's blood running from his eyes and down his mouth and just overall having a bad time, he looks rough.
There's more blood.
There's more blood than
I wish
than
I
normal.
could attack right now.
Does his current
10.
condition make him more susceptible to parts of him getting blasted off by my...
Yeah, I think
Gun.
at this point there's certain like bare spots that are opened up from the double crits. 10.
I rolled a 15 for my death save.
A 15? Awesome. The army actually starts to like move backwards slightly after Eisenkrieg lands it. Bond, these guys are leaving you alone and are like turning tail and moving away.
Attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Can you like try to trip him when you miss?
10?
10? Nope. Nope. Eisenkrieg is like swatting at some of these people who are in the trenches, who might have survived the breath, and is like swatting at Epido as well. It is now the red's turn, and he's stunned. So, what was the DC on the sickness?
17.
17. It makes it.
So
Yeah, 6
the
plus
effect's
13.
gone.
So he's successfully shooken.
Yeah,
the
he like
contingent.
shakes his head, and you see his eyes are no longer bleeding. It is now Basilisk's turn.
So, how successful were my fellow Orca team guys in hurting their opponents?
They were very successful.
Very successful?
Yes.
They know their shit.
I mean, they're basically like putting their hands out. Like, I mean, you're 28 feet tall versus humans, so you're just they're like putting their hands down to the ground and just kind of pushing them.
Like shoveling them with
Yeah,
their arms.
shoveling.
Go on.
Go on.
Go on, get.
Nothing to see here, folks.
Second question.
Yep.
Have the members of my team been named at all?
No,
No?
except for
Except for
Jeff.
Jeff.
Jeff
Choose
died.
2 through
Well,
6.
Jeff is dead. Am I back to 6 or am I at 5?
You have 5.
I have 5 left, so I got Squid Eyes and 3 others, right?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to work with... One second.
You've got SG 1 through 5, you're number 1, and then Jeff was HG 1, Hill Giant 1, because he was so dumb.
Even though he was a storm giant.
Yeah, he was a stupid storm
Yeah.
giant. He was really dumb.
But he also had a thing for hill giants.
Yeah. I think that's true.
Okay, for future reference, the names of my squad are Squid Eyes, obviously, Talon, Reach, and Wick.
Nice. I like it.
Okay, since they were successful in, herding them together nice and tight, I tell Talon to use his lightning strike on the group.
Okay. And he does. He's just at one of the herded groups, right? Yeah. Yep. And so like he like pulls back a fist, and as he does, like this lightning like starts coming down from the clouds and gathering in it, creating this Zeus-like bolt, and he throws it down to the ground, and it sends like this shockwave through the group, killing most of the group.
Okay. At the same time, I tell Squid Eyes to hit it again.
Okay.
And then I bring up my greatsword and attack it twice, because I'm already right there.
Okay. You want to describe your greatsword?
My greatsword is obviously giant sized, fitting me. It's made mostly of corals, with that aquamarine stone placed in the blade. It's very pretty. Doesn't really make sense for the whole Orca Team 6 thing, but it is very vicious. Like, it's not a flat, straight blade. It's like serrated and corally hooked, because we all know coral is just sharp as hell.
Hells yeah.
And so you grab out your blade from your back, and you feel another whoosh over your shoulder, and another right in the center of that grouping strikes the dragon.
It's 1 minute of harpoon.
Yeah. Attack.
Attacking.
All right.
I get 2 attacks with my greatsword.
No use.
So I do a 22 and a 26.
Both hit.
27 for the first hit. And 26 for the second hit.
Very nice.
Nice and consistent.
Excellent. After you hit him, I need you to make a dex saving throw.
12.
12. You are knocked prone. Make a another dex saving throw.
19.
Yes. You succeed on not falling on Tin's dead body.
You didn't make tin butter.
That'd be really bad. You take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as its wings flap out from it, and it starts to beat its wings and moves up into the air. It is now just outside of your striking range in the air. It is Bond's turn.
You want to describe the playing field?
Yes, that's right. We are at 50% of enemies currently. That means that you guys have the upper hand on the battlefield with the Zentarum and such. So you guys are at 50% enemies left, not including Eisenkrieg or the Red Dragon. Hey, thank you so much for listening. What a fantastic episode. We cannot wait for next week's episode. We hope you stick around to find out what happens next. If you want to find out more about the show, about our characters, or things like that, go check us out on dmstable.com/RWA. DM's Table has awesome blogs. They've got cool information on there about writing new adventures and things around D&D. You can find a giant archive on all our episodes. DM's Table has got information on how to contact us through Twitter or Facebook or things like that. Go check it out, and we'll see you out on the internet. See ya.